Hi, this is the video about surgical protocol for placement of implant Swiss bone level implant. We are planning to place implant in the mandibular left posterior region in the first molar area. The available diameter with bone level implant Swiss system are 3.3, 3.7, 4.3, 4.8, 5.5. The available bone width in this model is around 9 millimeter and the available bone length is around 15 millimeter. So we are planning to place implant of dimension 4.8 by 12 millimeter. The implant Swiss is a slow drilling system. Basically, it is a solution to prevent long-term complications. As the straw reading system maintains the temperature well within margins of safety during osteotomy, it prevents the extracellular matrix of bone trauma causing long-term fat cell necrosis. It also facilitates harvesting the bone shavings which can be used as a graft material. These bone shavings has a correct trabecular structure and they are rich in signaling molecule. The slow drilling also facilitates maintenance of the functional vasculature at the osteotomy site. It also allows a greater patient comfort and operator vision. It allows a greater tactile feedback. So we are starting with the osteotomy protocol. The first drill to be used is a marking drill. The marking drill is used to mark the surgical osteotomy site. This is especially helpful in cases when there are multiple osteotomy sites to be prepared. So starting with the marking drill, now the speed for using a marking drill is around 950 to 850 depending on the bone density. For higher bone densities like D1 and D2, the speed to be used is around 950, and for lower bone densities like D3 and D4, the speed to be used is around 850. Please note that the marking drill will just mark the site, it won't penetrate the cortical bone plate. The next drill to be used is 2.2 diameter lance drill. The lance drill will set the length for my osteotomy. The lance drill has lateral flutes which allows a osteotomy with a sharper drill. Starting with the lance drill, as the bone density for this model is D2, we are following an up and down motion for better irrigation. In case of compromised bone densities, the continuous osteotomy can be done. The lance drill has marking at 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter and 14 millimeter. The next drill to be used is a pilot drill. Pilot drill is basically used to collect the cortical bone shavings from the osteotomy site. So using a pilot drill at an intermittent motion, the subsequent drills for implant Swiss system are stopper drill. This allows a hassle-free osteotomy preparation, especially in case of multiple implant placement. It also prevents trauma to the opposing anatomical landmark like maxillary sinus membrane and mandibular nerve during the osteotomy. So the next drill to be used is 2.8 diameter, 12 millimeter length. Now this drill also has lateral flutes which allows a osteotomy at a sharper dimension, and it prevents the load on subsequent drills, allowing a better shelf life for the drills. Again, using an up and down motion for D1 and D2 and continuous motion for D3 and D4 bone densities. The next drill to be used is 3.7, which is green color coded drill. Please note that I am selecting 12 millimeter drill every time because we have selected the length of our implant as 12 millimeter. So no need to go for 8, 10, 12. Please select directly the desired osteotomy length. And before going for subsequent drill, I'll be verifying my osteotomy. So I am using parallel pin to verify direction of my osteotomy. I'll be putting a parallel pin in the osteotomy site, verifying the osteotomy direction radiographically. Once I am satisfied with the osteotomy direction, I'll be starting with subsequent drills. So as I said, the next drill to be used is 3.7 diameter. So again, in intermittent drilling and following the path of least resistance. The next drill to be used is blue color coded 4.3 diameter drill of 12 millimeter length. Again, intermittent drilling following the path of least resistance. The neck drills are the drills which prepare cortical portion of the osteotomy sites only. So in case of compromised bone densities, the osteotomy is prepared in such a fashion that if I am selecting a bone of implant of 4.8 diameter, I'll be preparing my site till 4.3 diameter, and after that I'll be using a neck drill of 4.8 diameter, which will be preparing only the cortical portion of my osteotomy, facilitating a tight osteotomy preparation for maintaining the intimate contact of the implant to the osteotomy, preventing elliptical osteotomy preparation, allowing a better primary stability. So neck drills are used in case of compromised bone densities for undersized osteotomy, preparing only the cortical portion of the bone. So for this case, we have a better osteotomy. So the last drill I'm using is a 4.8 diameter drill, which is red color coded. The Implant Swiss system has provided two depth gauges of 4.3 and 3.7 diameter. The use of these depth gauges is multiple folds. Now, let me show you. These depth gauges are provided with the markings. The markings are at the 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter and 14 millimeter. So at the difference of 2 millimeter, these markings are used to verify the length of my osteotomy site. As these drills have been provided in two diameter, that is 3.7 and 4.3, so these depth gauges can also be used as a dummy implant to verify the primary stability of my osteotomy site. So the last drill I have used till now is a 4.3 diameter, so I am using a depth gauge of 4.3 diameter to verify the length of my osteotomy. So here I use, these are the markings. I'm putting my depth gauge and I will verify whether my osteotomy site has been prepared till 12 millimeter. Okay. So once this has been verified radiographically, I'll be starting with the subsequent drill. So the last drill for this osteotomy is 4.8 diameter. So I am clearing this concept again, that in case of D1 and D2 bones densities, I'll be using my osteotomy drill till the diameter of 4.8 millimeter, as I have selected the implant diameter as 4.8 millimeter. Okay, and in case of compromised bone densities, that is D3 and D4, if I am going to place an implant of 4.8 diameter, what I'll do is I'll prepare my osteotomy till 4.3 diameter drill, and after that I'll be using only the neck drill of 4.8 diameter, preparing only cortical portion of my osteotomy. So this completes my osteotomy. Once the osteotomy has been completed, I'll be irrigating the surgical site. So now we are irrigating the osteotomy site to clear the debris. So this clears my osteotomy site. This final irrigation protocol allows removal of the debris from the osteotomy site, facilitating a complete implant placement, and also cools down the osteotomy site, maintaining the bone temperature. Now, we are selecting a bone level driver. There are three types of drivers available in the kit. These are also color coded. Tissue level driver being red color coded, bone level blue. 3.3, that is narrow platform driver, has been white color coded, and there is a gray color code for 2.9 diameter drivers. So we are using short motor driven bone level driver for the posterior region. The bone level drivers or any implant drivers are available in two sizes, long and short. The long driver is used mostly for anterior region, and the short drivers are used mostly for posterior region and in the region with complicated access. So we are using short implant motor driven driver, as we are placing implant in the posterior region, okay, where the mouth opening is limited. So access is limited. Also, the drivers comes with these markings. The markings denote the gingival height. The first marking is around 2 millimeter of the gingival height, and next is for 4 millimeter. So this also allows subsequent measure of the gingival height during the implant placement itself. So this is beneficial in case of single stage surgeries. So you can directly choose your healing abutments and place the healing abutment at the time of surgery. So this is the implant we have selected, 4.8 by 12 millimeter. After removing of the outer plastic covering, this is the implant package which has provided the diameter of implant and length of the implant. Once I open it, it has 3 stickers mentioning the size of the implant and other specifications. The salient feature of this system is hygienic packing. So once I open the package, the implant has been packed in a glass bottle. Now glass is an inert material, so it maintains the sterility of the implant. Hence, the packaging is the key feature for this implant system. Once I open it and remove the metal covering, this is my implant in the peak cock, and the implant diameter color code is also followed for packaging. Now I am using the picking up the implant in twisted motion. So I picked up the implant. Now the advantage of these driver is that it has magnetic retention which doesn't allow slippage of the implant. So avoids accidents which can happen during clinical setup. Now I start placing of the implant. The company recommended torque for implant placement for this system is ideally 35 Newton centimeter and maximum permissible torque is 40 Newton centimeter. So starting with the placement of the torque. In case of greater bone densities like D1 and D2, the implant placement is also should be intermittent so that it allows a relaxing interval for the bone. So once I get resistance, I'll be using a manual torque. I'll be selecting a short manual driver which also has a gingival markings of 2 millimeter and 4 millimeter. Attaching it to the ratchet, I secure the driver and then I secure the ratchet. Now, the driver can be secured to the ratchet with this locking key. So this also prevents slippage of the drivers. And in case of this system, flipping of the ratchet is not necessary. what we can do is we can just shift the direction of this arm so that the direction of torque application can be adjusted. So I am selecting my torque at 35 Newton centimeter and allowing the so applying the torque of 35 Newton centimeter, stabilizing the ratchet of both the arms, applying an intermittent torque, so allow the bone to settle. So the ideal placement for implants for system is 0.5 to 1 millimeter subcrestal because this system provides a platform switch with a true chamfer. So subcrestal placement allows the growth of the bone over the implant. So the placement is always subcrestal 0.5 to 1 millimeter. So please note that the implant placement is always subcrestal to allow the bone to grow over the chamfer. The chamfer is between 0.6 to 0.9 millimeter and this allows the proper placement of the implant. So this is the final placement of the implant. The bone level implant has a cover screw provided with the bottle. So at the end of the peacock is the cover screw. So I open the cork. This is the cover screw. I am selecting a short manual prosthetic driver to pick up this cover screw. Okay, so the prosthetic drivers are also available as manual and motor driven and long and short. Long can be used in the anterior region, short can be used in the posterior region. So using a short driver to collect the cover screw, just twist it